Hi, everyone. The sun just came out, and I just felt like I really wanted to turn on the camera to get that little heavenly glow moment. Oh, it's gone now. All right, we're back to our mortal selves. I hope you guys have been well. I know it's been a little while. I have been going through so much. I think you are too. In fact, I know you are, not just because I'm tuning into this collective, but because I heard it across the board. It feels like being a broken record to say we're going through all these shifts, but it's like, boy, boy, howdy. It's like we're just shedding layer after layer after layer. And every time I think, okay, this is it, we're done, we're in the new timeline, we'll keep going. It's like, nope, there's another shift. And it's like, it's cool, but it's a lot. It's a lot. The vibe I pick up on is kind of, are we done yet? Can we just stick with this one, be good? But it's like we're we're subconsciously drawing to ourselves these changes continually because the universe is matching our desire. So like, even if logically your logical mind is saying like, I'm good where I am, I don't want to keep changing. If your soul is saying, well, actually, yes, I do need to keep changing, and I'm going to keep guiding myself over this way because I know the change that I ultimately need and want is here, I'm going to keep shedding and shifting until I align myself with it completely. That's what's going to happen. So the key is, especially if this process has led to a lot of what feel like hurdles, I'll say, is to not beat yourself up, not get too caught up in feeling like there have been setbacks, redirections, um, unexpected news, unexpected payments, unexpected, um, what feel like burdens now. I'm hearing are really foundational elements of a brand new world. Oh, I've got a little stink bug in here. Hey, little friend. Oh, the cats are going to have fun with that. So, yeah, this is really like, it feels like startup culture, but not in the venture capitalist sense. Although some of you might be doing that kind of work, it's more like in the sense of like, I'm seeing almost like lots of people running around with papers and like busy, important tasks going on. And there's a lot of excitement as like, are getting ready to launch something. You might be prepping to launch a new business, a new enterprise. You might be preparing like for a wedding right now. There are definitely new partnerships that are coming to fruition right now. Although for a lot of this collective, this really feels like inner work. Some of you might be in a little bit of like isolation right now, or you're, oh, I'm getting so much like, oof, like excitement under wraps is what I'm hearing. Like you might be working on something in secret, um, like it's a kind of a surprise. Like maybe only a few close friends and family know about it, or maybe no one else knows about it, and you've just been like working on this new venture. Some of you are writing a book, I'm hearing. Some of you are starting a new career. Um, a lot of you are doing something really creative, and that's been really exciting because it's opening up. Excuse me, I swear. I tried filming earlier and I started like burping, and this could just be me. This is so gross, sorry. But I do feel like there's something kind of energetic with this too. Like for some of you, there's like a little bit of release still coming up as you're going through this process. And actually, when I was filming earlier, before I started again, I got the image of like sewer systems. Like some of you might be on a construction project where your hurdle is like suddenly it's come up that you need to like you maybe hit a sewer pipe, or like you're going through a like a cleanse right now. There's just some kind of like it's like, think of it this way: every time you make a transition, there has to be a little bit of a release, because you've got to make room physically, energetically, on all planes of reality, for whatever um new energies want to come in or have to come in order to align you with that new timeline. So by default, you are definitely going to have to be going through a process of elimination to do so. So that itself can be taxing energetically and physically, um, on the body. So a lot of us are going to be needing more sleep. We're going to be needing to make more time to exercise, to like get fresh air more. You might be doing some spring cleaning of your house. Um, there you go. Some of you are like, I'm hearing, or seeing like picking up folders that are dusty, and you're like dusting them off and kind of being like, what was this folder again? Opening up and going through it, like old like filing cabinet. Like, it's sort of like there's a big, I'm hearing a mental cleanup happening. So there's a big, oh, okay, thank you. They're saying this is one of the biggest mental recodings happening right now across this collective and beyond. Um, that's reprogramming the mind and the nervous system to be ready to receive more. Okay, so that's really important, guys, because again, like, you can't bring more into your reality than your mind and body and spirit will allow to exist. Um, that can mean really like physical space changes. If you have like a partner who, you're discussing living together, you literally are going to need to make room in your home for them to exist beside you. So you're going to have to get rid of some stuff and make room, make space. But it's the mental recoding that's the biggest element of this change. And that's quite exciting because it signifies they're saying an enormous volume of recalibration happening on the earth right now. They're saying this abundance change is so inevitable. It's just like, it's laughable. It's like funny. It's like, we're in it now. There's no way out of it now. Like, you're stuck. You're going to be rich, whether you want it or not. But like, we're really moving towards, I'm hearing capital gain, which is funny because like I don't normally like to, like, I don't know, to me like that type of terminology doesn't really have super appeal, but maybe that's part of like my old thinking, like, evolving away from that. They're saying don't worry about any of that old thinking. You're going to redefine what these terms mean and how they're used in society and how they're used for society. Oh, that's cool. That's a relief to hear. Thank you. So they're saying be prepared for big shifts that require the collective to act fast, but doing so is really showing the power of the collective to come together. We're really moving to think more like a planet, not just as like a town, a state, a country, a continent, even. Like, we're retaining our individualism, but we're learning how to unite, find our place in a new world at a collective level where everyone feels seen, heard, felt, shared, beloved. So yeah, so I went from really little things to really big things, but it's just exciting because it's very easy when we're in the midst of change to feel like we're just isolated in it and that it's happening to us alone everyone else is doing great out there. Like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I figure it all out? And it's like, no, honey. Like, everyone is going through this, and especially this collective's work. Everyone's got an assignment, okay? We're all going through change. But this collective's assignment is learning how to evolve without struggle or feeling like you have to hustle to keep up with the evolution. This collective is learning how to exist in prosperity granted by the masses. That's an interesting way of putting that. So it's like us taking care of each other in okay, for a lot of us in this collective, that's like mass media. Like a lot of this collective um are doing work in like audio video production, social media work. You might be published authors, speakers. You might be working in universities or trade schools or other vocations where you're like teaching to large groups. You might run seminars. You might be like a yoga instructor. And this is like you know, reaching your classes. But I do feel like there's like a digital element involved for a large part of this collective. So most of you, this is, if this resonates, it's because it's like it's gonna be some form of digital work. And I heard digital currency is interesting because again, that's not something I normally am all like, let's go for it. You know, all these coins, they really confuse me. I don't really get it. But that's what they said. So passing it on. But yeah, so there's like big group big group abundance is what they're saying. Oh, there was like another thing I was just gonna say. I got really distracted by the queen thing. It's fine, it'll come back to me. So what else for this collective? Yeah, so I said don't worry about the money. There are some people in this collective who are really anxious about when they're going to see physical evidence of this abundance. And they just want you to know, like, it's already happening. They says, look for, this gave me shivers. They said, look for little things that you're discrediting. Okay. Like, for example, you order something online and they accidentally ship it to you twice. Like a staple you would have normally been buying, little similar ones, and you call them up and they're like, you know what, just keep it. And like you just saved essentially $150 from your next month's budget because you just got that item twice in a row. So it's like that's not you might not be crediting that as a form of abundance because it's not a check coming in the mail, but it's like a service or a gift that's just allowed you to stretch like what you do have further. So they're saying don't discredit little signs like that. That's not the only form of abundance you're going to see. Isn't a replacement for income, but they're saying the more you can pay attention to and appreciate little things like that add up, the more you're going to begin to understand the power of the new collective. Because they're saying pay very hard attention to this. Oh, this is giving me shivers. They're saying the future of people power in breaking free from these systems that enslave us is to have strong networks of support that provide outside of the monetary and financial systems that are operated by people in power. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. So they're saying the less you feel enslaved to having that paycheck come in, or the less you feel enslaved to a certain dollar amount. I only feel secure when I have X dollars in my bank account, say, regardless of like whether or not you need that money, like right now, they're saying that you will feel more secure, more cared for, and you will find that you are literally more cared for than if you had focused simply on the numbers. Because you could get, like, say, a larger check come in, but we all know how it works, right? Like, if you are in like lack mindset, if you're in constant fear, somehow we always find that you could be making so much money and then it's going right back out, right? Oh, unexpected bills come up, unexpected accidents happen, unexpected like cash flow needs happen. So it's like, it's not about that number again. Like, you might, only feel secure if you've got, say, $5,000 in your bank account at any one time. And if it dips below that, there's like instant anxiety. But you might find, like, rather than getting $1,000 a week to keep that replenished, you might be getting $700 a week, but you've got some other agreement going on, or some other support system that's making up the difference of those $300 a week, where like your bank account's still saying at 5,000 without more money coming in. Okay, it's just an example, right? Again, I'm not saying this is replacing needing money, but it's like, it's just allowing your mind to broaden beyond the limitations of what nurturing and financial safety feel like, so that you can recognize when the universe is feeding you, which it always is and always wants to. But again, it's always going to be a reflection of your mind state. And I know how hard this is. I know firsthand. But if you can bring yourself back to a sense of calmness and groundedness, it's going to really help you to get beyond that hurdle of feeling financially insecure. But that being said, I do see money coming in for this collective. All of that is simply just to address those who are feeling like that pinch. Meanwhile, there are dollars coming in. And I want to pull a card because I was feeling this at the beginning. Tell us about the Donnas. Ooh, you got 5 of Laurels here. Now that's 5 of Pentacles. Some people see this card as like a transition card of like give and take. What I love in it is like, oh, yeah. Okay, so follow with me here. What I see in this is ego death, okay? I'm going to try to like focus so you can see this person's expression. There's a little bit of like angst there, but it's like, yet they're haloed by all these pentacles. They're literally surrounded by abundance, but they're almost like clutching their heart, like it's almost like, again, like this is like the little bit of like panic. So it's like that little reminder of like letting go would allow you to see what is actually already around you, like waiting to come in. So again, just, oh, look what we move. Look at the Queen, our Queen of Laurels. So there's just this reassurance here that you've got this. The money is there. I really love in this Queen that she's absolutely just so grounded and so calm. There's something really, really relaxed about her demeanor. And I feel that this is really the key to accepting in what is meant for you. I'm getting June is what I'm hearing, as like a lot of this collective will be moving into this energy. So if you're feeling like you're still in this transition space now of letting go of that ego, letting go of a little bit of that fear, it's totally okay. It's a moment in time. Hold out, knowing that this is just a few months away, and it's not a few months of gap, it's a few months of transition, okay? So you're going to begin to see signs of this if you haven't already. I'd love if you would leave a comment in the video for examples of like what's coming in for you. I think the best thing that I'm seeing in this though is like a transition to sovereignty. Like by June, you're gonna feel like you have it figured out. Like you understand your worth, your personal power, and you feel very, I'm hearing like you have established the new pattern. Like you're in the flow where abundance is just flowing to you endlessly, and you've understood now how you can do it without really feeling like you have to try. And it doesn't mean like you're not going to do anything, but it means like what you do feels really good. Because I think most of us in this collective are not people who actually enjoy lethargy. Like we can't just sit around. We want to be doing, but we want what we do to have meaning and be to feed us, to not drain us. And that's the distinction between the old way of making money and the new way of making money. This is a collective that will be learning and is learning right now how to make their money in a way that feeds every part of you. So you're not just getting a huge paycheck, but feeling like death by the end of it and spending it all on therapy and alcohol and shopping. And, none of these things are like bad, but in excess, or as a replacement for happiness, they're not effective strategies, let's say. So this is a collective who's going to be moving towards service work that feeds you through every aspect of your being, so that your bank account is full, but you're also full here. So I'll leave it there. Thank you guys for being here. If you're still here at the end of this, bless you. Thanks for following my rambling. And yes, please do leave a comment. I'd love to hear what's going on with you guys. If you are seeing these signs, what they're looking like right now. And yeah, see you in the next video.